Hi and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. Folks, it'd be about see John Deaton get into the Senate. Elizabeth Warren might be in a tough situation. Simply in 10,000 is what he required crushing through that objective. As you've recently heard him on the beginning of this video could be generally excellent information for XRP. In any case, that is not all. There are a few quite enormous improvements coming. Furthermore, it seems like the XRP train is going to skyrocket to the following train station. We should separate it for all of you. Remember to like and buy and button. How about we get into it? What's happening, amigo? Welcome back. As usual, remember to turn your notice ringer on, go it to all, so you don't miss a transfer or our live streams. What's more, we should discuss XRP. So you heard a tad from John Deaton concerning his development. Remember, he is really genius. XRP. What's the deal with the genuine coin itself? $993 million. The volume is up 151% off that extremely low volume yesterday, exchanging around 50 pennies. We discussed hanging tight at 50 pennies. What's more, that has occurred. So what's happening? What do we have? Indeed, there's a few quite enormous turns of events, in particular, the XRP joining the immediate collusion. Presently, I talked to Smidgen about this previously. At the end of the day, an exceptional recommendation fixed with 10 different undertakings to normalize a recuperation framework on the digital currency biological system cooperated with Algorand as well as numerous others. This drives interoperability, normalizing an answer in the business, and a whole lot more, and this was somewhat declared 10th of May are working out now, to formally been reported that to support the more extensive crypto reception and all the more critically, XRPL Labs. So this is a huge organization, one I will simply backtrack on and cover off. It's currently totally all set and eventually is prepared to send off as the immediate coalition tends to perhaps the greatest test confronting standard crypto reception, secure and easy to use the executives of private keys together. We can change how we use oversee at Syncos, how clients deal with their confidential keys, addressing a significant step in the right direction for client security and reception for XRP record clients. Yet for everybody in crypto that came from VP Marcus and Venga from the WaveX subject, yet that isn't all, and likewise with all of my XRP recordings, I like to present to you the most recent and my thought process adds worth, and this one is another. We talked a day or two ago about Japanese bank SBI turning into a validator on the XRPL. Well, we currently have another Endless Block, which is a Korean best virtual resources specialist co-op, is presently a validator on the XRP record too. Eventually coming from the May 13th Seoul-based firm driven by Chief Jong-gu Tae, expects to cultivate the steady development of the record inside Korea's rigid administrative structure. This is really no joking matter, assuming you ponder how rigid that system is. And out of nowhere they will be a validator on the XRPL truly shows you precisely as I would see it, where XRP is going with XRPL is going, and why we're seeing such colossal institutional reception of the XRP. Presently, eventually what was Boundless blog laid out by a gathering of Korean chief administrative and monetary specialists strikingly got a VSP permit, subsequent to being the sole qualifier among roughly 50 candidates in 2023. Certification has its consistence with Koreans' vigorous virtual resource guideline, including worldwide travel rules and against Mundo tax evasion standard. So it's really no joking matter. Furthermore, I believe in the event that you take the XRPL, for instance, open source, decentralized stage beginning around 2012, has done over 2.5 billion exchanges. What's more, this is developing, so you can see these large receptions, these huge organizations, all of which under a completely controlled custodial business activity is inconceivably significant. Also, in the background is staggeringly bullish for anybody put resources into XRP. Also, anybody who really has faith in what is remarked now, the enormous, unavoidable issue, we've covered it now multiple times I believe, is the settlement come, and considering this administrative system, we're doing these colossal selections and associations. When are we going to see a settlement from the SEC? Well, we can hypothesize as of now, yet we are seeing huge measures of XRP beyond the typical escrow open being moved, and see here, look, almost $15.5 million moved from an obscure wallet to Bitstamp. Yet again, we additionally had an obscure wallet to an obscure wallet that was around 50 million, lastly 75 million, moved also. So for reasons unknown, some enormous measures of cash, the aggregate sums around 150 million. Is that an okay settlement esteem? Is that something that we believe is okay? Might that at any point be? At last, a price tag worth paying for, possibly. Recall the SEC needs 2 billion XRP, and Brad Garland House needs sub 10 million, nothing would be ideal, however we should find out what it resembles. It very well may be the beginning, unquestionably, of the settlement. So what's the deal with the cost? Generally advantageous, watch out for it. Presently, curiously, we drew this trend line, I will say almost 7 days prior. Look how well it is regarding it on these credits, where we get the bob. So I'm anticipating that somewhat of a skip should the potential gain. Furthermore, we presumably need to see it come marginally higher, perhaps testing the 200 dramatic moving normal, demonstrating a market shift, showing a value push to the potential gain. Now we are really beating most of the market up around 1% on XRP, with MACD actually proceeding with caution and RSI looking okay. That is precisely exact thing I'm searching for. This higher test around 54 pennies would totally give us a smidgen to a greater extent of bullish energy. Presently obviously we need to be back above something like 58 or 56 pennies, would surely imply a market inversion. Undoubtedly an upturn nonetheless. History rehashes the same thing. We are in a decent upswing, regardless of whether individuals let you know that is the situation. The fact of the matter is the realities represent themselves. What's more, after that market revision that we arrived, we are really looking pretty fair on XRP. Yet, as usual, I'm constantly intrigued to get your contemplations on this. I'm most intrigued by your perspectives on it. 2 things. What is your take of John D? What's more, who's you vote in favor of? How about you get in or not? Furthermore, let me in on your thought process. What is your worth expectation for the XRP settlement? We should have a good time, we should try and get nearest to it. That is all there is to it for the video. Kindly offer your considerations in the remark area, and if it's not too much trouble, as and buy in as usual. See you soon, bye.